All right, welcome back, Christy and Nova, after a little break there. So this first little fire trial, look, I'm not going to say too much about this one, just because I'm actually quite happy with it, especially because you had the break. You made this really nice, low ball, easy for Nova to get it. She hasn't forgotten anything, which is lovely to see. That's the beauty about this system is typically once the dog has figured things out for themselves, the lessons tend to stick really nicely. So I'm not surprised to see Nova do really well in this first one. Really short, really hot, straight line. Nothing to really cover off on here. We're more advanced than this, which we'll see in the next couple of fire trials. But overall, really happy to see Nova's motivation after that time off. So good work. So next fire trial in our little series here, I just want to say really, really nice job with the presentation of the article and then taking Nova away. This is exactly what you should be doing with the modified fire trials, which is definitely what we are up to with Nova. Now, all I would say for this one is you don't actually need to go for a huge walk. What you did initially, like those first 10-20 seconds after the track layer had moved off and you moved away, you could have just stopped. I actually like to stop and not take the dog for a big walk, mainly because what I'm doing is I'm actually going to be looking at the dog and observing their level of arousal while we wait. So tick in the box, absolutely, for moving away, but don't go for a huge walk. Just go away, walk for 10-20 seconds at most, then stop and observe the dog. This will really help as we try to push out the time that's going to elapse between dropping the article and moving away before we bring the dog back. So it helps to see the dog's arousal, because as we start to see a drop off, it tells us that we might be waiting too long. So I just want to talk about the modified wait time there. Great, so this next fire trial, same thing as the last one. So really nice job with the presentation of the article, the track layer moving off, and then taking Nova away. Again, just to reinforce that last point, I would stop once I've walked away, 10, 20, 30 meters from the start article, and then I'll just wait. This will also help keep the dog's mind on what it should be doing without overly distracting it by taking Nova for a big walk. Fortunately for you, Nova is a very clever girl, and she doesn't forget for a second what it is that she needs to be doing. Also, too, as you bring her up to the article and you take the leash off and you let her go, really beautiful work. That's really smooth. You're not jerking the dog around. Really, really happy to see your really smooth handling there. So really nice job, Christy. The next thing I'm going to get into is, this is going to be big for the next round of fire trials, is I want more distance, and I want definitely a corner in every single one. If we do any more straights, Nova's probably going to start to clue on that she can just run out and find the track layer with a lucky air scent. So we need to put corners on, and we need to make sure those corners have an equally long leg as before they make the corner, okay? So if they walk for 50 meters and they do a right turn, they need to walk another 50 meters, okay? But I think we can start ramping this up. I would be walking 80 to 100 meters in the first leg, and then another 80 to 100 meters on the next leg. Nova's definitely got the drive and the ability, especially in this terrain, to do it. Great, Christy. So I won't cover off on any of the feedback points from the last couple of fire trials here. It's the exact same observations, basically. And again, Nova does a really nice job overall. What I will talk about is what I want to do for the next round of fire trials. So I want to do a round of 3 modified fire trials, and I want you to be able to ensure that you can count the time from the moment that you take Nova away from the start article before you bring it back. I want to start with 2 minutes on the first one, and then go up to 2.5 minutes on the second one, then go to 3 minutes on the third one. Now, I also want to have those tracks a bit longer. She's definitely up to the task, so ensure your track layer has some way of using a GPS or something. I'll send you a message separate to this about how to use the man trailing app. That's a really great way to measure distance for track layers, and it's something we'll be using in the future anyway, but for now, just to ensure that the track layer is going a sufficient distance and the right distance that I need, I'll send you a separate message about the man trailing up so we can get a bit of precision to the distance of our tracks and get some consistency so I can control from here on out the distances that we're doing so I can help push Nova really hard and quickly through this because she's definitely up to the task. So I'll send you a message about the man trailing up and I'll talk you through it. Let's make sure the next round is 3 modified fire trails with a wait time of 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, then 3 minutes. And I think that's going to yield some pretty amazing results. And then we'll be able to move on to things like having a harness on and having the leash drag behind Nova. It's really exciting stuff. Well done, Christy.